Hello and welcome to Season 2 of the Road End podcast. Each episode we will speak to a new guest, get to know them and hear their stories about Liverpool Football Club.
Hi everyone and welcome to Season 2 of the Road End podcast. Today I'm joined by stand-up comedian Kyle Legacy. Nice one for joining, mate. How are you doing?
What's happening, lad? Yeah, take 5 for this podcast. Thanks. Thanks, mate. I've never done a podcast on a Nokia 3210 before, but here we go,
lad. Right, you've started this, so I may as well ask you the question. The first question people are going to ask me is, you're a Scouser, but how many accents are mixed in with your one?
Oh, fucking, whatever gets me the visa, lad, don't you worry about that. I've lived in Australia, America, everywhere, lad. I don't even know who I am. Plus the weed, I think it's just schizophrenia. I think it's Scouse schizophrenia, lad.
So you're on like a bit of a tour in Australia now. How do you get the gigs? Like, obviously the opposite side of the world, then.
Well, I've been coming for like the last 7 years now. I come for like 6 months, so they do like a little festival circuit. You go like, it starts in January. You do like Perth, Fringe World. Some people go to Adelaide, and then you go Melbourne, Sydney, and then you just do the comedy clubs in between, pretty much. And like once you've done the club, you kind of just go back. You know what I mean? You message them on Facebook, but once you're in, sort of thing. Yeah. Same with back home. And then, I mean, every comedian goes to Edinburgh Fringe every year. A lot of like people come over like to Australia. Like I brought me other Scouse mate over this year and that, like trying to show him and stuff. So it's kind of like you can just use the vouchers you got back home because everybody's just traveling everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you go into these places, then obviously you're going in between different places. I've seen on your Instagram. How do you find accommodation?
Well, right now it's a mix. I have a girl in every city, pretty much. But sometimes you come back and they've moved on, or they've got ugly, or whatever the fuck. So it's a mixture of like obviously staying with other comedians, like staying with mates, and like obviously for the festivals, which normally are about 4 weekends, 4 weeks long. I get like an Airbnb or whatever with some other comedians and stuff like that. But yeah, I just sleep on. I mean, I'm only 31. My back's not too bad yet, so I can still sleep on couches and all that sort of stuff. Like I slept in a bed the other night. I woke up, my back was killing me. That's how often I don't sleep in a fucking bed.
So when did you get into comedy then?
Oh, I've been doing it for like, I guess it'll be 10 years, maybe 10 years end of this year.
And how did you get into it? Like, obviously everyone thinks they're funny, but how did you know that it was for you?
Every Scouser thinks they're the funniest in the room, for sure. Like, I wasn't even the funniest in my group chat. Like, I mean, in my mates growing up, we were all hilarious, you know what I mean? We just took turns being funny or, like, roasting people and that. And so the first time I done it was just the standard open mic. I was talking shit at the back. I'd had a few bevies. My friend dared me to go on. I went on. And it was good. I ended up just roasting my mates and stuff like that. And I got hooked. I bombed the next 100. I was terrible. But like after that first one, I kind of knew this is what I wanted to do.
What's the reaction like on that first one? Can you remember? Or was it just your mates buzzing off you?
I tell it like they carried me out. Like I probably got 17 blowjobs. I don't know. But it was probably just my mates laughing, to be honest. Yeah.
Right. So you set the world record for the most shows at the Fringe. Do you know when you're doing these shows, obviously it's like repetitive, but is it something different every time because you like to do the crowd work?
Just because I do the crowd work, I'm Riff Richards, you know what I mean, the Great Barrier Riff. So I make it up as I go along, like where you're from, what do you do, which keeps it fresh, you know what I mean, for me and stuff like that. But sometimes you just find a fucking bad room, like especially in Edinburgh, you know what I mean. You're doing 11 shows a day, one of them is going to be a fucking struggle, and that's when I wish I had jokes to fall back onto, but I couldn't even get this going. I can't read and write. My friends say I'm too dumb to be sad, so all I got going for me is the hair and the personality, I guess. And that's it lasted 10 years. Well, I mean, it's fading a bit, but it's lasted.
Where's this hair come from then?
Not Turkey, so don't be fucking talking shit. Just I don't know, to be honest, because we're all, I mean, fucking I'm from Liverpool, that's where we build white people, but and all my family's white. I mean, the milkman was black, but that's about it, really.
So it's just the Ketwig, do we call it?
Just the original fucking Ketwig, lad. Literally, everybody give me shit. Now fucking little scallies are asking for hair advice and shit, shampoos and all that.
So you never had the short back inside like the rest of us?
Oh yeah, for sure I did, obviously. But I mean, I think I've had this since I was like 17 or something.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Crowdwork King, I was looking on Hot Water Comedy Club before, and I mean, a lot of it is crowd work in there, which is brilliant. The likes of Paul Smith.
Yeah.
And who give you that label?
Myself, probably. Self-proclaimed, I'll tell you. And if anybody's fucking, and if everybody denies it, it's an act of treason, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just call myself that. I'm a big LeBron James fan. Like I'm wearing like Liverpool and LeBron are doing a collab at the moment because he's owned like a percentage, 3% from like 2010 or something. And so his nickname's the King, so I just started calling myself the King. Like my show's King of Comedy out here when I taught it, and like people like laughed at first, but now people call me the King. I don't know if they're taking the piss or what, but it's just funny. And I'm a grown ass man being like, "Yo, what up, King?" And I'm like, yeah, "What's up?" So if you will it, you can just will it into existence.
Yeah, you're not going to turn it down if someone calls you it.
Nunes should just be like, fucking, I'm Pele, and then fucking maybe you'll start fucking playing like.
I was going to say, I wish he fucking played like him.
I know, fucking hell. I mean, we're doing good now, you know what I mean? He's on in rotation, but 7 in a fucking row. And I weren't sure if you were going to ask me about the game, because the only game I didn't watch live was the fucking the one just gone, which I know I asked for the Curtis Jones Mo Salah mix. For the haircut, and I love me some Mr. Tumnus and Curtis Jones for sure. But I had a threesome 2 nights before, only my second one, and I was fucking shattered, lad. Yeah. The girls took it out of me, quite frankly, so it's a valid excuse. I watched the replay, obviously, but I just couldn't stay up for it. It was 5 a.m. here.
So I'm going to ask you that question actually. So, how are you managing to watch it with the time difference now? Obviously, you missed the Leicester one, but because you're in different places all the time, it's mad, isn't it, for the time? And do you find like bars stay open, or do you just get together in like someone's house or that?
It's a mix. Like obviously, I mean, my life is sports. You know what I mean? I'm a big basketball fan and stuff like that. So like, kind of a big gambler. You know what I mean? So it's like my life is kind of based around that anyway. And it's a comedy. It's not like I have to wake up early or whatever shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why I got into comedy, for the fucking lions. Lad. It went for the money. I'll tell you that. It was for the fucking kid. I'm getting my 12 hours in. I'll tell you that. And so in Perth's the best. Like Western Australia is like it's also like Little Britain. There's so many Scousers. Like you've probably got fucking family that's moved over to Perth or something like that. You know what I mean? Or you know somebody, like all my mates are here now. It's like some of the lads now, which is sick. So there is the best time. You get like some 7 p.m. kickoffs, some 9s, some 11s, some 1s. That's sound. You know what I mean? That's a fucking night out. That's sick. And then when you come to Sydney and Melbourne, that's when you get in the 3:30s, the 5 a.m.s. Some midnight still, like midnight. Fucking, we got Villa on. Was it Villa Saturday? It was midnight. So that's all right. But when you get in the 3 a.m.s, you pretty much got to stay up. And like the 5 a.m.s, if it's not a massive game, I'll just watch it on my phone. You know what I mean? I mean on my laptop or something. I'll just watch it like fucking. I'm like that. Trying not to wake up the whole house, like fucking going nuts. You know what I mean? And then if it's like in Perth, I got at the Crown Casino a lot. They got a fucking massive sports bar there. So and they play everything. So it's every time. Sorry to cut you off, but like if I'm in a place and I don't know where to watch it, and also I use it to sell tickets. Every city here has a Liverpool supporters club. So I normally do, like, I hit them up. I've done shows for them before and stuff like that. And then I'd be like, I'm in town. Where are we watching it? So that in every city they have like their own venue. In Perth, they were doing it at the Hilton Hotel upstairs. Fucking massive. That's where I watched that. Remember Chelsea last year, the first one, the Carabao, the longest game in the fucking world. They won on pens. Yeah. We were in there. That was, I think, at 12:30. We got out of there at like fucking 4 a.m. or something. And they give you like curry chips and curry sauce at half time and that as well.
All right, isn't it?
Yeah, but the chairman's a wolf. The chairman's from St. Helens. So you're like, the fuck, I know.
So just a couple more questions on the comedy then. I'll ask you a couple more on Liverpool. So when you're speaking of money then, do us a favour, tell me how Paul Smith's driving around in a McLaren.
well, I mean, you trade in a Lambo first and that'll give you a bit of a discount. But yeah, when he had that was so funny. He used to park it outside the Hot Water Comedy Club because he got the same Lambo from GTA San Andreas, like his dream car. And me and the lads always be posing on it. He'd like, get the fuck off my car. But like outside, like right before we go in.
Fucking
But
crap.
like he's just the definition of new money. I'd be the same, you'd be the fucking same, you know what I mean? Like I'd get a Nissan Skyline GTR, I'd be in Turkey sorting this out and this, you know what I mean? Like it'd be fucking but he's just making bank and it's sick because normally you do it through management, stuff like that sort of stuff, and obviously now with like the internet and all that, anybody can be fucking famous from their house, but he had the talent anyway. So he kind of bypassed the model, which we all love, you know what I mean? So he's kind of like obviously hot water look after him, but he can do whatever he wants. And the irony is he never wanted to do this. Like he never wanted to put the stuff online. The guys like kind of told him to. And then obviously this is what's fucking happened, you know what I mean? He's the fucking ginger beetle. He's a rich man's car legacy.
He's smashing it, isn't he, to be fair?
It's sick, lad. And it couldn't have been better for anybody, you know what I mean? Like he's fucking such a good lad. He's always looked after me, give me advice and all that, like so.
Love that. So
yeah.
Hecklers then, right? I want to ask you this because you'll get the odd knobhead who's bevied and they just want to shout out something and be the funniest man in the room.
Yeah.
Do you just do you have anything in the back of your mind that you say to people, or is it a case of whatever they say to you, you just fucking just get at them?
I mean, I guess I got stock lines for everything. I mean, look at me, I'm a fucking heckler's wet dream. If you can't heckle this, you're fucking Stevie Wonder, lad. Like, it'll pretty much like in the moment sort of thing, you know what I mean? I mean, I've got the regular shutdowns, you might all that sort of stuff, fucking all this sort of stuff. Like if I can't understand them, like you sound like your ma last night when she was over at mine or whatever and stuff. Where'd you learn to fucking whisper in an Apache helicopter? All that sort of stupid shit, you know what I mean? Stock lines that people have. But then it's normally like, you know what I mean? I'll just ask them a few more questions. Or if they're just super bevied sometimes. Like if someone heckles me, I'm like sick. That's 10 minutes right there. You know what I mean? Like that's perfect. But if sometimes they're so bevied, you can't even like, you can't get nothing out of them. Then you just gotta fucking just roast them as a person or whatever. I guess.
What's the worst heckle you've had?
The worst heckle I had. I mean, it's been from my friends as well. They used to shout like my ex-girlfriend's names and shit like that. So it's like it's the worst because the crowd doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Then so you're trying to address it, but you can't because you're like, and then you're sad when you're talking about it. So all that stuff. But I'm dead inside now. Like I mean, I've been roasted my whole like that's all me and my mates do. You know what I mean? So and like my uncles would tell me every fucking day and shit. So it's like nothing new really now. Like
talk about the Reds then. 3 games to go. Top 4 still on, and who do you think drops out?
I mean, you know who I want to fucking drop out, obviously, like the Megs. But I mean, is there even a way? 3 is not an option if they both drop out, do they? I guess they wouldn't.
No,
they wouldn't even be able to because they'd still have to points. Newcastle would still have to points. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to take my new spots. Like, I mean, my cup this year was 7-0. That's our cup, really. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have anything else. So if we take that off them, you know what I mean? It's fucking sick.
I know. How good would that be?
I know, it'd be fucking amazing. Like, I mean, because Man City, I mean, that's doing me fucking head in. Arsenal, like, you had one job, you know what I mean? Like, just don't like, because now they're up to game tomorrow, they're probably going to be in the final of the fucking Champions League, and it's like, I mean, they're going to spank, whoever comes out of that is spanking the line.
Yeah.
So it's like,
what were your thoughts on people calling for Klopp's head a couple of months ago?
Absolutely ridiculous. What the fuck are you on about? For a start, there's no fucking managers out there or fucking strikers anyway. Even if we want, even if we had to get rid of them, we're gonna get fucking Allardyce. Shut up. Like it's not. You know what I mean? We were up for the quad last year. You know what I mean? Amazing season. This one was injuries. Some players didn't start as well as we wanted to. You know what I mean? That's all it was. Setbacks, really. If anything, I think the team's great. Like, and we're almost back to full force now. Like for sure.
Yeah, a good pre-season. I think we're back.
Yeah, for sure. And the amount of t-shirts I've got with King Klopp on it, the Klopp father, I'm not getting a whole new fucking wardrobe. Fuck that.
Yeah, stop it.
St. John's tomorrow. I know. Right, you know how hard it is to get Liverpool in an extra medium?
We are now going to do a quick fire round with our guests. This could be very controversial.
Right, so quick fire round because I know you've got stuff on.
I still got another 10. You're all right.
Oh, well, we're going to do it anyway. So, right, LeBron James or MJ?
LeBron James.
What's the obsession come from?
Kind of just when I got into basketball. I was a football player growing up. Everybody wants to be, you know what I mean? Like, playing football, heads and volleys in the street, the gates as goals, all that sort of stuff. If you got bored, a bit of Kirby, but then they call you gay, so you got to go back playing football. And then, and I was shit at that. Like, played like C team and fucking St. Margaret's and that. And then I played basketball. So pretty much when I got into basketball, like 2003, that's when LeBron was like the next big thing. So I just kind of followed him, really, to be honest. And like, it's been some highs and lows. But yeah, I guess he's my goat, you know what I mean? He's my Michael Jordan. Say what you want, generational, all that sort of stuff. But he's doing stuff that fucking no athlete's done. Like 20 years in the game, 38 years old. It's insane. Like, where's fucking Ronaldo in fucking Saudi? So
yeah, and he's a red. Well, we hope.
Oh no, he is for sure. He's a big fucking Trent guy as well.
Is he? Yeah.
He loves Trent. He always seems to tweet about Trent. Like, I mean, he'll tweet about the teams, but when he's talking about a specific player, like he had Trent's back, like before we changed his formation, like whatever it was. Well, I guess 7 games ago now, whatever.
Okay, so the best gig you've done?
Best gig I've done? Fucking hell.
I know you've done like thousands, but
I'm like fucking LeBron James. I only remember the misses. The best one? I don't even know. I mean, some of the biggest ones are like I've done like 1,000 people and shit like that and stuff. But the best one? I don't even know, actually. Just because it's been that many and I smoke so much weed that they can't all just kind of form into one and stuff.
Okay, what's the ambition long term?
To fucking get a McLaren like Paul Smith. Or at least race him for pink slips and win.
He's got it all, Annie. Fucking house, car, misses.
Oh my lord, yo. Okay, we started. But yeah, like literally, like I mean, what I'm doing now, obviously, you know what I mean. I'm making good money and stuff. Ideally, I'd like to live in America. You know what I mean? Like even not just full time. That's where you get the most opportunities. You know what I mean? And then I'm more exotic there than I am back home and stuff like that. And same with here. But the full on dream is I'd like to go to any comedy club in the world and get on. Yeah. Like not bumping somebody like Dave Chappelle shit, but like if I email them, like of course, you know what I mean.
Okay, all right. Liverpool to get top 4 or Everton to go down?
Everton go down for sure. Fuck them. Give me European conference. I'm not even asked. Send them down. Yes, definitely the little fucking rats in there. I don't know what they're going to use that fucking stadium for in the city. I'll tell you that for free. That'll be our new training ground. Nice one.
I was saying this the other day. Just get a big fucking whizzer right down the side and just push it into the Mersey.
Yeah, hopefully while the team's in the locker room as well.
Okay.
The fucking little rats.
And last one, what comedian did you look up to when you were starting out?
Starting out or just in general?
Just in general, who was the one for you?
But one for me was Lee Evans. Like him, if you remember him back in the day.
Yeah.
Fucking legend, yeah. Like stuff like that. Because I'd seen stand up before, you know what I mean? I'd been stuff with my uncle and stuff. I saw John Bishop fucking live so many times when I was a kid at the Adelphi dues and all that sort of shit, you know what I mean? There's only so many times you can fucking hear about CBBS when you know he's from fucking Runcorn, but he's not even a fucking Scots or whatever. Nobody talks like that. Even Harry Enfield's like, take it down a notch.
Yeah.
No Scouser.
I think everyone can do John Bishop's voice as well, can't they?
Oh, it's just a fucking radio tuning and a cat or whatever. Yeah, like nobody's that Scouse, are they? Like even Steven Gerrard's like, come on. Even Jamie Carragher's like, come on. Like, I can't even remember the question now. Oh yes, Lee Evans. He was my favourite because he was the first one. But like, I mean, he just moved. Everybody else, even Peter Kay, Lenny Henry, and all that. Like they didn't really. He was just like, he'd do an hour. Sweat bullets, change a suit, come back and do an hour. You know what I mean? And he was like he was the first arena comic, I would say. Now it's Jimmy Carr, Michael McIntyre, and all that sort of stuff. But he was the first one, so like fucking
he killed it,
like that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Even when that Wembley show comes on now, I still watch it.
Oh my lord, yeah, the one with the what's it? It's like the clouds and that, isn't it?
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, that's it.
Right, okay.
No, not Wembley. Fucking O2 was.
O2, yeah, O2.
Yeah. Wembley.
He's going to say, imagine
show at the FA Cup.
Hey, we're not far off shit like that, are we?
You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay. Right, let's call it a pod there. I appreciate your time, mate. I know you're busy
Yo,
again
fucking
tonight.
nice one. Thanks for having us. I know it's like 3 months in the making, but when I'll be back in July and that, and come see me live. I'll put you and the lads on
Yeah,
board and all
yeah,
that.
definitely.
So,
Defo.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you then? Oh, not in fucking Australia, but I mean like social media.
Just walk into your living room. I'll probably be a kip on your couch if you've left the box. If you live in Garston. No, LeBron James of Comedy on Instagram. So I post like new reels every day and all that sort of stuff and shit like that. So mainly, and if you message me, I'll do a video of me roasting your mates. You know what I mean? Like I do that all the time. People are like, can you just call my mate a dickhead for a bit? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, this is definitely happening soon.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I've done like it's always like for like end of football things or whatever, or fantasy football things and shit like that. They always get me to fucking do weird shit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for your time again, mate. And like you said, let's catch up soon when you're home then.
Sounds sick.
Good luck.
Nice one, yeah. In a bit. Appreciate
Good
it.
after, mate.
Thanks to everyone for listening in to today's podcast, and thank you to our amazing guests. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Don't forget to follow us on social media, twitter.com/The Road End Pod, and on Instagram, Instagram/The Road End Pod.